Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my review for tonight's episode of The Flash Season 3, Episode 22. That's right, the moment has finally come at last, the countdown to supposedly the end of Iris's life, or the death of Iris if you want to call it that even easier. Spoiler warning coming for this episode because I'm going to talk about this episode and what I'm going to guess for the ending of the season. So episode starts basically everybody looking like they're getting ready for a funeral because they know they have one more day until the day comes when Iris is supposed to die, with Savitar promised that on the top of the street, the Inferno something street, that's the name of the title of the episode anyway, where he basically stabs Iris, and Ferris can't help it but try to stop him. But he decides that he needs one thing. He needs a source of energy to power up this big bazooka thing that Dr. Tracy created, with the help of Harrison Wells. So he goes back in time, yet again, to recruit Leonard Snart, aka Captain Cold, for his help. So they break into Argus, and even Lila kept telling him, listen man, I like helping you guys, I love you guys, we're all family, we're all cool and all, but I can't let you come in here and take this thing, I can't even give it to you, But, so they decide, we need to steal it. We have no choice, we have to steal it. So he goes and gets Snart's help because his powers don't work in Argus. They found a way to create a weapon that basically shuts down all metahumans' powers. Okay? So they do that. When they trying to do that, they run into cool Easter eggs here. You see Cupid's cell, you see Gorilla Grodd's cell, you even see where they keep the energy source that they need, and is being guarded by King Shark. Like I said, they decide that they need to do that. So, before this episode even started, I was doing some thinking on my own. I figured, maybe there was a way that they could have saved Iris without having Flash know about it, because, once Flash knows something, Savitar knows something, because their minds are the same. I was like telling myself, maybe she should go to another Earth or something and hide out there, have Barry not know anything, keep her somewhere where not even Barry would know, and then, one day, hopefully, she can come back. And they kind of do that in this episode, where they send her to Earth 2, and, even Barry didn't know about it until after they get the power source, and then, obviously, Savitar comes and pretends to be Barry, and then they spill the beans. He goes back to Earth 2, picks up Iris, and takes her to the spot where he's going to kill her. And of course, Barry has the opportunity to take him down. He's got the gun all ready to go. He's shooting at him, and nothing works. Apparently, Savitar had the Philosophy Stone, another piece of it, or it came back together. Who knows? They never really explained too much about that, but it's back. Like I said, and then of course, Iris dies. But I'm starting to think she won't be dead for too long. I think she will return. But before I get to that, let me talk about some negatives here. I have one negative. Listen, you know how I've been talking about this whole season, how I don't like Iris in this season because how they treat her, and how, Flashpoint has treated her to be a sidekick, that side character that nobody really cares about. She has no brains in this one, apparently, because it makes no sense. This woman is pretty smart. Iris in the comics is really smart, and she's always, doing her own thing sometimes. And especially in Season 1 and Season 2, she's always doing her own thing, which is a good thing. But I'm sorry. Listen, at the end of this episode, Barry had the gun. He was shooting Savitar, okay? Basically, obviously it wasn't affecting him, I get it. But, that was a nice distracting for like 5 minutes. Iris had the most opportunity time to get up and leave. Obviously, she couldn't run that fast, but I get that. But still, she couldn't at least try to run. She just stood there like, I'm just going to die. I might as well just die. And like, hurry up, guys. I know you guys failing, but yeah, hurry up and kill me. She didn't even do anything. She just stood there and took it. Like, she was destined to die. Like, she wanted to die. But, whatever. That's like my only negative about this episode. Other than that, this episode kind of made me cry because obviously Iris is dead. I didn't want her to die yet. Anyway, now it leads us to basically what's going to happen next week. At the end of this episode, we also saw Cisco dueling a battle with Caitlyn or Killer Frost in that forest that he kept vibing between the two of them. So, here's what I think is going to happen for next week's season finale. Obviously, they're going to have the funeral. Obviously, things are going to happen. Barry's going to start feeling the effects. But the team is going to keep him from not completely turning into Savitar. Something's going to happen where Barry is either two things. He's either going to run back in time again and sacrifice himself. Maybe destroy that remnant, that time thing that he created to be able to make Savitar. He's probably going to destroy that so that way Savitar doesn't exist and Caitlyn can come back. Or he's going to fight him and kill himself. I think Barry's going to die in the end of this season. Now, obviously, if he dies, obviously Caitlyn's probably going to turn back to being Caitlyn, but also being Killer Frost, a.k.a. Elsa from Frozen. That's how I'm going to call her. She's going to end up being Elsa, the good version of Killer Frost. She's going to have all the powers, but still be Caitlyn. Full-on Caitlyn. She'll be back good by next week. I think Cisco's going to help her become good again. And she's going to realize, yeah, the Savitar's kind of a psycho. I think Savitar's going to betray her. It's just a guess, but who knows? I think that's going to happen. Obviously, like I said, Barry's going to die. I think he's going to die. He's going to sacrifice himself so that way the newspaper article from season 1 happens where Flash vanishes. You know, that whole newspaper article that the first Flash had in his office. Yeah, I think that's going to come to true fruition. And, yeah. But something's going to happen where I think either in the next season, obviously we're not going to get speedsters. Apparently we're not going to have speedsters. Something's going to happen where the Speed Force people are going to be like, you know what, Barry? You proved to us that you learned your lesson and you sacrificed yourself to save the world. We're going to give you another chance. You're going to go back, but they're going to fix the timeline where everything's back to normal. Caitlyn's back to normal. Iris is still alive, and probably no Kid Flash. But other than that, that's what's going to happen. So, that's my guess. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess of it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. If you've seen it, and what do you think is going to happen? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. And do you like my idea of what's going to happen for next week? Because I'm just taking guesses here. I love the show. Hopefully it continues, and I can't wait for season 4. Thank you, and have a good day.